Time now for another Big Talker, and we're talking about something that inevitably happens as life happens among a group of friends. It's evolution. Some friends have kids, some don't. Some will, some won't. A single woman with no kids has a list of rules of how parents should talk with their kid-free friends. Her 8-point PowerPoint presentation, I should say, is going viral, and you're about to see why. Here's her rule number 1.
So when you're with your child-free friends, parents with children, try to keep it to adult conversation. I know that most of you think you are not talking about your kids. Cut that back 80%. I can guarantee you, you're talking about your children most of the conversation.
And that, she says, makes it one-sided and kind of uninteresting to people who don't have kids. Next, she says, no one without kids wants to hear about your logistics. Please do not talk about activities, summer camp. It is boring. Number 3, don't ask your single friends about their dating lives.
A lot of us have very, very full lives. We are very busy. And believe it or not, the center of our lives is not trying to have your life, trying to get partnered, trying to have kids necessarily. It's just not. And so maybe try to explore other topics than wanting to live vicariously through our dating lives.
Next, she says, if your child-free friends are visiting from out of town, she says, don't bring them to a kid's birthday party. Just don't do it. They don't want to be there. It's rude. She also says, do not use "my husband won't let me do something" as an excuse. That's not their business. It's awkward. Finally, please attend your single friends' events. Think of their birthday bash or their career milestone as the equivalent of your wedding or your bridal shower or your baby shower.
Okay.
And also, here's a big surprise, don't bring your kids to those parties. This woman does not want to see your kids. She doesn't want to talk about your kids. I don't even want to talk about my kids' camp schedule to my own self. So when I am with my friends who don't have kids, that is the last thing I want to talk about.
Brittany and I were trying not to laugh the entire time you were reading that.
I know.
This is ridiculous. So we could talk about movies.
Yeah, what can we talk
and
about?
lucky for you, Britt, the weather.
Yeah,
That's still on the table.
It's universal.
I was going to say, I am that friend. I feel like once you get into your 30s, you have more friends that have kids than friends that don't have kids.
Right.
And I feel like I don't have kids, so I feel like I've kind of become the sounding board for some of my friends that are moms. And it is a lot about kids, but I figure they just want to talk about it. And I'm like, okay. But
So you're supportive.
I'm supportive, yeah.
What topics would you rather explore?
Do you want them to ask about your dating life?
No.
Okay. So you agree.
But I mean, my close girlfriends, they do.
Okay.
And I don't know, I guess there isn't a whole lot to talk about besides...
It's what's going on in your
What's-
life.
yeah.
You know what? Life evolves. You go through so many different, so the babies aren't babies forever, then they're big. But the thing is, when I'm with my friends who don't have kids, it's a breath of fresh air for me because I'm like,
Yeah.
whew, we don't have to talk about, Common Core math.
Right. But I do want to know about your dating life, okay? Because that's
We're still going to ask you. Sorry. We won't ask you on TV, but
Yes, please don't.
commercial break. Here it comes.